At this point in time, Mr. Lewis, Mr. Brown, you don't expect to get any money from the state at all. They essentially want you to borrow money, which you
clear that what's on the table now is $137 million borrowing, not a gift from the state. It's a borrowing. They will give us the authority to borrow, but it's our borrowing.
On top of all the other borrowing.
Correct, but my view is that you can't sustain a turnaround unless you have some infusion of money, because the things that we need to get done, and there's a complete list, things like a new payroll system, a new general ledger system, all of the things that are necessary to get done take money. So at some point, as we sit down with the state, we're going to have to clearly address this issue about how do we fund this.
Well, you met with the governor yesterday. What's the governor telling you in these meetings? Because he said to us all along, you're not getting any money. And Treasurer Dillon explained that state revenue sharing was a deal cut, a decade ago. And so
I still believe that the governor has taken a strong position that there's no money coming to the city. However, I don't think anyone can be successful. Mayor Bing, financial stability agreement, consent agreement, or an EM, unless there's some money to make changes.
So you don't have a deal unless there's money? Because I asked the mayor this a few weeks ago at our Ed Board meeting, and he didn't really answer the question, but we're getting to the point where you're getting close to.
I'm not going to say we don't have a deal unless there's money, but I think we all have to come to the understanding that there needs to be money to make this plan work, no matter who is going to do it, and we need the consensus on how do we get that.
So you can't sign it unless you want it to work.
I'm just saying we have to have an understanding that there has to be money coming to help us fund this transformation, or restructuring, or financial stability, whatever you want to call it. We have to have some.
Is the governor seeing your way of thinking at this point?
I think the governor is a business person. He understands that turnarounds don't happen without resources. Now, you could take the argument that some of those resources will be in kind, and we'll accept those. But I think at some point, some of them have to be monetary. I think that there could be an opportunity where we start to look at other municipalities and systems that they may have that we may leverage off. There may be some shared services opportunities that we may be able to leverage off, and there may be even some state level systems that we could leverage off of. So I think it's going to be a broad list of things, but however, I think at some point there has to be some money.